Have you ever pressed a send on a WhatsApp message and wondered how does that tiny text travel across the internet and magically appear on your friend's phone? Your message actually goes on a 7-step journey to something called as OSI model. So let's break it down. So here you can see we have 7 layers: application, presentation layer, session, transport, network, data, and physical layer. So here, let's consider a WhatsApp message and you have sent hi. It goes all through these 7 layers and then sent to the internet, and then your friend receives it and it will go from down to top. So here it will be top to bottom, here it's bottom to top. So that is what happens. And here you can see from your end it will be encapsulation process, and from your friend's point of view it will be a de-encapsulation process, right? So what is encapsulation? Encapsulation simply means wrapping your data with extra information layer by layer, just like packing a gift. Every OSI layer adds a small label that helps guide your message to the right destination. So the journey begins from application layer to physical layer, right? So, when you send your message, at every stage, it will be encapsulated, right? So application layer will encapsulate your message hi, and it will go to the presentation, it will do its encapsulation, and so next session, and next it will be transport layer, network, and data, and then finally physical layer. So we'll go step by step what actually happens within each layer. So coming to the first one, which is application layer, this is where your data is created by the software you use, like WhatsApp, Gmail, or browser. It decides what needs to be sent, like a text or a video or a file. The application layer doesn't care about how the data travels. It just provides a content and passes it to the presentation layer. Now let's consider the WhatsApp example scenario, right? So here the message starts from here. So you have hi message. So a user one, let's consider just a moment. So let's consider him as John, who is user one. So John has sent hi message to user 2, and this is what happens in the application layer, right? So basically the application layer takes your message and prepares it for sending. It adds details like which app is sending the data and where it should go. And coming to the next layer, which is a presentation layer. So this layer prepares the data for transmission so that the receiver can understand it. It can encrypt message for security, compress data to make it smaller, and convert formats. For example, turning a video into a format compatible with a receiver device. Think of it like a putting your message in a safe envelope that only the receiver can open it. So in this example, the message that you have sent, right? So the hi message is actually encrypted. Hi is encrypted here. So let's consider, it has like, okay, this is what the message is. So basically this is the encrypted message, right? I'll just expand this one. Okay, I'll just move this, and okay, there as well. Okay. So this is what happens in the presentation layer, right? So basically it encrypts your data. And next comes, so once it is encrypted, it will send the data to the next layer, which is the session layer. The session layer manages the communication session between two devices. It assigns a unique session ID to keep track of conversations, ensuring messages are derived in order and can resume communications if the connection is temporarily lost. For example, if you're chatting with John and your internet drops, the layer helps the chat continue smoothly when you reconnect. Basically, it adds session information on your device, and your friend device stay in that same conversation. Okay, let's consider your session ID. We have 1234. So this is what happens within this session layer. So once the session layer is completed, it will go to the next layer. So this layer is responsible for reliable delivery. It breaks the data into smaller pieces called as segments. So segments are nothing but TCP, and for UDP it's datagrams. So we'll just add that one as well. So datagrams, it's actually UDP, and for segments, it's TCP. And then adds port number to direct it to the right application, and including error checking information to detect the problems. So if something goes wrong, TCP can request the data to be resent. Think of it's like a numbering the pages of the book and checking that none are missing before delivering it. So just adding, okay, we have ports information as well here, port numbers information, and also it breaks the data into smaller pieces. So in this case, let's consider since we have a high message, so let's divide into different parts. So here, let's say part one is H, and part two is I. So I'll just keep it here. Okay. So these sequencing numbers ensure that the message is reassembled correctly, right? So once it is done in session layer, it will send that particular payload to the next one, which is the network layer. So the network layer adds IP addresses to each piece of data, so it can travel across the network. So it decides the best path for data to reach the receiver, even if it has to pass through many routers or networks. It's like writing the full street address on a package so it can be delivered anywhere in the world. Since in transport layer we have segments and datagrams, so once it reaches the network layer, those segments will become a packet, and this layer adds IP addresses of your IP and destination public IP. So here, so we have my IP and destination IP. So rather than my IP, I'll just start it as John IP. So we have John's IP address as well as destination IP address. So you might ask, how does my device know my friend's IP address? So this is not how actually it works. Actually, your device only knows your own IP, and your friend's IP is stored within the WhatsApp servers, so which are used to route the data at the network layer. And as an example, we can just take it as, okay, let's say we have from and 192.168.1 point maybe 2. So this is my private IP, and let's consider a public IP, which is the destination IP, of course. So let's consider the server IP is something like 142.200.2 and dot x. So x is like it can be any number, so I just kept it. So this is what happens within the network layer, and once it has this information, it will send that particular payload to the next layer. So next we have a data link layer where the packets becomes frames. So this layer adds MAC addresses, which are unique identifiers for devices on local network, and error checking information like FCS and CRC. To make sure the data isn't corrupted, it ensures the frame reaches the correct device with the same network. For example, two devices are on your Wi-Fi, the MAC address makes sure your message goes to your friend's phone, not someone else's laptop. So the data link layer has your device MAC address and the next hop MAC address on the local network, while the IP addresses guides the data to your friend. So right now, we have data link layer. So here you see the packet will be changed into the frame. Let's consider John's MAC address, and we also have next hop MAC address. So let's consider next hop MAC. So this information is in the data link layer, and once you have this information, it will go to the next stage, which is the physical layer. So the physical layer is where the data is converted into bits, zeros and ones, and sent as electrical signals, light pulses, or radio waves. It handles the actual transmission over cables, fiber optics, or Wi-Fi. Think of it as a trucks, planes, or wireless signals that carry your package physically to its destination. So here within the bit section, so let's consider here we have 01. So it's an example. Now all the information from the upper layers is included, but it's just in the form of the bits, which is zeros and ones, which are ready to be transmitted over the network. So this is what happens from the sender perspective. So if start with the application layer, here it starts with hi, and then that hi is being encrypted in the presentation layer, and in the session layer you will be getting a session ID. And next we have transport layer, in which we have segments, datagrams, depending on which protocol you use, and also we have port numbers. And in this transport layer, the data is being broken into different parts. And coming to the network layer, it's packets. So basically the segments is changed to packets, and in this network layer we have both IP addresses like John's IP as well as destination IP. So you can see the example from From is like a private address and public address of the destination IP. And coming to the data link layer, we have MAC addresses of John as well as the next hop MAC. And once we collect all this information, it will go to the next layer, which is the physical layer, which are into bits. So this is what happens. And once it is done, so all this information is passed to your it will go through internet and it will go to the receiver side. So it starts with the physical layer, and here it will be de-encapsulation. So here we have done the encapsulation, and within the receiver side it's actually de-encapsulation. When your friend receives the message, the physical layer gets the raw data, which is zeros and ones, through Wi-Fi, mobile data, or cables. This layer does not understand the content. It only reconstructs the signal into the format to send it to the next layer so that they can process it. So here we have the information, which is these particular bits. So we have the information, and this will be sending it to the next layer, which is the data link layer. So the data link layer checks the MAC address to ensure the frame is meant to this device and verifies it uses error checking information like CRC. And then the sender calculates a checksum before sending, and the receiver recalculates it after receiving to check if the data was corrupted in the transit. If not, it will send it to the next layer. So if the frame is correct, so the layer removes the header and the footer and passes the remaining data to the next layer, which is the network layer. So if everything is good, it will go to the next layer, right? And at the network layer, the device reads the IP address to confirm the packet is intended for it. So the IP header is removed and the payload is sent to the transport layer to continue the delivery process. So once it is done, it will go to the next layer, which is the transport layer. So the transport layer uses port numbers to direct the data to correct application and checks the errors in the segments or the datagrams. So it also ensures all pieces of the message arrives in the correct order before removing its headers and passes the payload to the session layer. So once everything is fine, it will send it to the next layer, which is the session layer. So the session layer identifies the session ID for the ongoing chat. It ensures that this data belongs to the correct conversation and removes this session related header and forwards the payload to the presentation layer. And in the presentation layer, it decrypts and decompresses the data if needed and converts it into the format that application can understand. So any formatting or encryption headers are removed at this stage. And once it is done, the next is the final stage, which is the application layer. So the application layer delivers the original message to WhatsApp. Your friend now sees the message exactly as you send it. Each layer has removed its own headers and footers, revealing the data step by step, just like unwrapping a series of envelopes to reach the message inside. So this is what happens from the sender side, and from the receiver side the de-encapsulation happens. So this is the end of the video, and I hope you understood the concept of OSI model. And if you've liked the video, please click the like button below and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you.